Good evening, everyone. This is Ann Jansen from Minnesota. I'm just happy to be here in this very frigid night. It's getting warmer though where we are. It was 20 below the regular temperature, but it's getting warmer. That's okay. I'm inside sharing the business, keeping warm, and doing everything I can to work this wonderful business. 2 weeks ago, we talked about goal setting and excited tonight to hear what you guys have come up with. So please share tonight. I'm gonna do just a little bit of the power play from last time to review. Okay, so last time I began with these couple of pictures here, and they worked out well. So basically we are all on these journeys together. And then what's your current situation? And basically these are 4 different terrains. We have a flat surface where everything's going well, and then a little bit more of a slant, things get a little bit rockier. Third picture, things get rocky a lot. And often we are in the fourth picture. And that's a difficult time of life. And my main point was that we are all in this situation, but we are really like this. We are a team here with LifeWave. We are here to help each other and lean on each other. So when you are getting in these tough spots where like you're not making your goals or feel like people don't want to get into your business or whatever struggle you're with, just remember that we are walking together. And I really like the third picture. Things are getting pretty hard, but we're there to pull each other up. And then the fourth picture, they stop and they're talking about what to do next. And that's really where we have a lot of times we're getting in that position. And we have to call each other, call upline, call your teammates, whatever it is. But we know that we are in the right company, the right time. We have the right CEO. We have amazing products. We have more coming out. And what I got from going to the convention in Las Vegas was how big we are and this amazing future ahead of us. And anybody who's in their 30s and 40s, this is the place to be. There's just so much promise for the future. And we'll hear about this, throughout the night. People will talk about their goals. And then I really love this picture because the little girl here, the step is up to her knees. And so we really feel like sometimes there's a great big step for us to go. And calling people, picking up that phone and calling someone is like that great big step. But we really need to do that. And one step at a time. But what I want you guys to have is this vision of where you're going to be going. We can't see the picture here, but I know that when I'm climbing steps, I remember being in Colorado at the amphitheater, and there was like probably 1,000 steps. There were just a lot of steps, and people were running up the steps, and I was not. Let's remember, one foot at a time, one foot at a time. And I'm going to make it. Of course, you're going to make it. But I had to have a vision of the top. I had to know where I was going, and that's really where we want you to go with your goals. And then this picture of there's always somebody here to help us. All right, we have a couple different people who sent me their board. Becky, you want to explain some of the things that you chose to put on your board and why?
It is a vision board. So it's not a dream board, it's a vision board. It's something that I want to keep in front of me. So in the upper left corner, it's the Eat the Frog. So there is a book actually called Eat the Frog. I can't remember if it's Brian Tracy or whatever, but I like the visual because every day there's things that you just don't want to do. There's a million other things you'd rather do than probably what you would like to get accomplished, but for some reason the task seems less appealing. So for me, Eat the Frog is something that I have in a little frame on my desk at home. I've shared it with my family. Even my husband sometimes talks about eating the frog. And then in the middle of the board is the American flag, very much a patriot, and in God we trust. And so that to me is very, very important. On the right-hand side is something that we heard last week, and it's be the fountain, not the drain. And I'm in lovely Fountain Hills, Arizona. We have this gorgeous fountain that goes off every hour for about 15 minutes. And I just love that visual because there's also it's a photo that I took a few years ago, and the sunbeam coming down to shine on the fountain. I would rather be the fountain for people than a drain. I don't want to be the negative. I don't want to be sapping people of their energy. In the middle, it's do more of what you love. This is an airplane that we bought a few years ago because we have these two beautiful rescue dogs, and we like to spend time in Arizona and back in Minnesota. And unfortunately, I can't buy airplane tickets for them. So my husband's a pilot. He's now retired. So we actually bought that airplane. It's an old airplane. And we have flown the dogs back and forth. Now, because he is 70, it's harder to get insurance on that type of an airplane. So we are now in the market for a different airplane. And so one of my goals is to help earn the down payment on that next airplane. Over on the under the frog, it's nurture yourself. Sometimes I forget to take care of me. So that's just a little reminder that I need to take time out to, get that mani-pedi, maybe get a massage, maybe just take some time with a cup of coffee and call a girlfriend. So that's part of a reminder just to take time for me. And underneath, I am a Pilates enthusiast and been doing Pilates probably for about 8 years. And I'm over 750 classes lifetime. So that to me is something that I love to do. It's my go-to happy place. And then in the middle of that board is my family. The middle picture is a picture of my extended family at my youngest son's wedding in 2017. Next to that is a picture of my mom and dad. This is a big why of why I'm in this business. Mom just turned 93. Dad will be 96. They live independently. They're in decent health, but they had started to fail a little bit, and they actually went on the patch about a month after I did in 2023. And Dad doesn't have the sciatic pain that he had had for many, many years, and they were doing all sorts of steroids and injections. Mom was starting to lose some upper body strength. They are doing amazing right now. And so I'm so fortunate to get to spend these 2 months of January and February with them. And then on the far right is a picture of my immediate family. This was a few years ago when I was a redhead. And the grandkids are now almost 15 and 12 and a half. And we enjoy that immediate family as well. I am a flight attendant. I will start my 45th year of flying in May. And that is still a very important part of my life. And underneath are some of the places that I go in Europe. And so I continue to want to pursue that flying career, along with right now, LifeWave and David and his vision with the X39 and all the benefit and the GHK copper peptide, and down in the world or down in the bottom with a hand holding the globe. Anything that I can do to help my immediate circle, but also extended circle, and carry out his vision to reach, how many billion homes or whatever in our goal. Before I go to the picture with the veterans, I'm going to take you down to the lower right-hand corner. I am in the process of what the Swedes call death cleaning. And that sounds kind of weird, but it is a process that you go through in a stage of life where you are preparing to get rid or shed or declutter things that are in your home. And I'm reached that point. I want to declutter my life to make it more minimalistic, not like House Beautiful or anything like that, because that's not achievable for me, but to get rid of stuff that no longer brings me joy and is just taking up space. And my kids don't want the stuff, and it's something that will help me spend more time on my business and my family and the things that I love to do. And then above that are 3 pictures. One of them is the thank you veterans. My father is my favorite veteran. And that is something that is dear and near to my heart, along with the first responders. So Tunnel to Towers and the people that, rush in to help save people when others are running away are the people that I want to support. Animal rescue, of course, is huge on my list. And then below that, I also donate to Preborn. Preborn is a charity that doesn't have political background or anything, but they take ultrasounds of young moms and show them the ultrasound, let them hear the heartbeat, and then help support that mom if she so chooses to bring that to baby into this world. And that is something that is also dear to my heart. So that is my vision board. And I was reluctant to do this task. I took lots of notes. I would wake up at night thinking about, okay, what would I put on a vision board if I had it in front of me? And I finally sat down on Sunday and took about 4 hours to put this together. Thank you, Anne, for encouraging us to do this because I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And I hope the rest of you are inspired to, because Becky just talked about a lot of different things, in vision, versus dream. Um, I don't know. This is why we're doing this today, is to get more ideas, and we have a dream board or vision board, and then we change it and we change it and we add as time goes on. And everybody's board is different. We have Canva helps us make boards, different things help us make boards. Whatever your board looks like, it's beautiful. So please don't compare your board to anybody else's. It's all fantastic. All right, Bill and Pam, are you able to explain yours?
I love that one before. That was so organized. Maybe that's part of my problem. I'm just so scattered everywhere, but I think I'm going to rearrange mine. Was that done on the Canva?
So I had never used Canva, and I was a little intimidated by it at first. In fact, I had gone to the dollar store and I was thinking about taking pictures out of magazines and doing frames and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, okay, there has to be a better way. And so I went on to Canva, found a vision board. They have lots of different templates. One by one, I just learned, on Sunday afternoon, how to get rid of stuff and how to import stuff from either my photos or from the photos that they have in stock. And, after a while, it kind of like, okay, it's kind of like Shutterfly and doing some of those albums. And if you just play around with it a little bit, if you have somebody that's younger that's done it before, obviously that would be easier, but I didn't have anybody here to help me with that. So now it's not quite so intimidating. And the next time I do it, it'll be a breeze.
Bill
No,
or Pam?
You petrified him. Okay, well, yeah, ours is just a snapshot of our, I don't know, it must be a 3 by 5 foot cork board right by our front door. So every time we go out the door, we're seeing it. But we have been in this industry for over 45 years. And so we have a little mismatch of everything on here. But some of the things that we like to do down in the bottom left-hand corner is that motorhome. We do love camping, and we do have a bumper pull camper, but we sure would like to travel the nation and share the health and wealth that comes out of LifeWave. But family is big and top on my list. So anything we can do with family is that's the living end. So you'll see on here a lot of some travel things and some improvements around our place that help the kids have some fun, grandkids have some fun. Babe, you got anything to say? Right there in the middle, I guess, is our house is a ranch, and I would like to add that upstairs to our home for the grandkids' playroom. Bunch of bunk beds and loud music and big screen TV, that kind of stuff for those grandkids. I can bribe them to come over. My daughter tells me my house is too small right now. We can't do any family reunions here anymore. But let's see, anything else, Halchin? You see anything on there?
I see lots of stuff, but in all the years that we've put together our board, one of the things that, and Ann, I didn't really think about this much until you sent us the text today, but all this stuff that we put on here is fantastic. It should motivate us. But the problem we seem to have on a regular basis is we're not showing the plan enough. And in order to achieve those things, we have to be sharing the program more and more. We show it, and then we slack off, and then we show it. It's one of those things where somebody needs to just kick us in the rear.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Well, and my perspective has changed. We're reading a book by Franklin Jennison. I think it was book of the month from somebody, but in there it kind of walks us through, what our main deal is. And we used to be held up in a lot of material things. We wanted new cars, we wanted a better home, we wanted remodeling, we wanted to go on trips, we wanted to do all of that stuff. But in this book, our perspective's kind of changing because I told Bill one day, maybe the reason we aren't hitting these goals and dreams that we have for ourselves is because that's not important to us anymore. What's important to us now is to pick up God's dreams for us and God's goals for us. And that totally is nothing material, totally.
Yeah.
And, our perspective now is that our quote dreams and goals, mine has always been to be a child advocate. I am a school bus, both Bill and I are school bus drivers. And I've been doing that since my kids were young and in school off and on. And I love being around those kids. But when we first started in this industry, I can remember how my heart jumped for children. And we were in the Head Start program back then. And one of the things I learned there is you help the parents, you help the kids.
Yeah.
And so that's where my heart is. I just want to, because there's so much struggle
Yeah.
in the world and families, and a lot of it is financial, and now a lot of it is health. And
Yeah.
so, since we've been thinking about this for the last couple weeks, because you've led us this way, Anne, is that I really want to help the parents so that they can be better parents and loose and free from jobs so they can be with their kids.
Yeah.
So
So I'll encourage you guys, like the text I sent them was, I looked at their board and I said, we need some numbers and some dates on here, like how much is the bus on the bottom left going to cost? When do you want to have that by? And then what's it going to take to get there? And one of the slides that I'll show later shows how many calls we need to make to get to those dreams, to get to those goals. And also this week and next week, we'll talk about showing up at places. And when I showed up at the Las Vegas, I changed a lot. And I'll just touch on one point is that I am not going to be such an ambulance driver anymore. I'm going to be more of a looking for people who are hard workers because I do want the business to go faster. And so when I look for hard workers, then the business grows faster. And so this probably will help you in the sense of what you're looking for to help these families. And so do they need financial help instead of just patching people to get better and then it stays there and then they use them for a couple months and then they're done. But if we can give people a future to show them how LifeWave can better this. So it's like perfect for you right now if you want to help these families. Really stay tuned with like some things that we'll be talking about in the future. But yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. So I encourage you to kind of redo your board, maybe take some things off that are old, maybe from the past, and get some numbers on something and put something about these families. You do have a family on there. That's great. Maybe somebody else's family, or figure out how many people you're going to help, call a day to help these families, or and of course, make that list. So thank you so much. All right, Mary Kay,
Oh,
not talk about just pick about a couple of things that you want to work towards here.
okay. I need to kind of have a structure of what my day would be like. So that's why I kind of put everything on one board for right now. And I have to kind of remind myself, take care of me, and I want to improve like my mindset, trying to get back on board or attending these Zooms and meetings, and then just to pay down debt. The dreams I put was, and I'm a little up in the air where I want to live. It would be another one level townhome or fix the house that I'm in and make it more handicap and all that. And I've lost 40 pounds and I want to lose another 75 to 100 more, do a lifestyle change. I'd like to help those in need, whether they need medical bills, the veterans. I'm thinking of like building like smaller homes that are just a small community of homes, so they have something to be proud of and have of their own. And I didn't have to put the big teeth on there, but I was looking for more pictures, but
Awesome, Mary.
that I do need those. I'm finding, well, with COVID, we didn't all go to the dentist as much as we should have. Also with fibromyalgia, I'm finding we must grind our teeth at night. And I have teeth that are breaking off and missing. So that's kind of my hope down the road of getting those. And the other thing that I didn't get on there that I would like to do also is train like therapy animals, like either dog or miniature horses, take them into nursing homes or visiting people. And I'd also like to have them for children to read to just have that comfort of reading to an animal.
Wow, sounds awesome. So when you attend events or the Zoom calls, what happens with you? What do you, when you're done, are you uplifted?
Yeah,
Anything in particular?
yeah, I take a lot of notes and I'm constantly
Okay,
writing down or I'm ready to crash. It
Okay.
depends, but yeah, no, I'm uplifted from the Zoom calls. It's usually like if it's a day that I worked, then I'm tired or
yeah,
I don't have the energy to
yep,
stay awake for them.
yeah. So is
But-
this board new, completely new, that you just made it in the
I
last 2?
just did it today.
Oh, awesome. See, look at all the stuff you got going. Yeah, just
Yeah.
keep building it and maybe find some pictures or whatever you need for a visual to keep you going.
Yeah.
And figure out, like calling like 30 to 60 minutes 2 times a week. That's great to keep learning and stuff. So you got great goals here. Yeah, yes, awesome. So
Okay.
thank you very much, Mary Kay. You made it.
Oh,
Denise.
and ahs in there.
All right, Denise.
Okay, so mine looks a little bit different. I did a vision board for the first time last year, and I'd never done one, so I did a workshop with Colette Barron Reed. And when we did the workshop, and I had your traditional vision board, I had pictures and areas that I focused on. And her advice, she led us through this and kind of how to do it. Because if you've never done one before, it's like, okay, what do I do? So she had some really good advice. And so this year we did something different. I did not have my markers with me because I'm on vacation. So I don't know if anybody can see this, probably not. Maybe you can. It's dark and it's with markers instead of pens. But the idea is when you do your vision board, you have your center, which is God, the creator, universe, whatever you call that entity, that being that connects you. And for me, it's like the all-seeing heart, the love, the eye. That's my universe, my universal connection. And then there's lines going out, and I have like the different big circles, and those are my what do I want to call them? My categories, I guess you could say. So I have like my love, family, friends. I have my passions. I have my success and money. So I have different sections. And so as those lines go out, you can see the dark line, that's the border. Last year we did a border to the very, very edge of our poster boards or paper or whatever we used. And I had thank you all the way around. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so this year, she said one of the things that she's noticed, she's been doing it for like 37 years, and she talks about what really worked and how they thought about changing this. Like, we see ourselves and our goals and our ideas and what we want to achieve, kind of inside of this vision that we have, right? But the universe is working outside of us. We just have to be open to it. And so a lot of the lines will lead out and bleed out into the universe. So, you have these concepts and these ideas, and I have some empty circles on this one, and I've been working on filling more of those circles with words and ideas. And for me, I think I was struggling. I did pretty good last year. I would go, and the basis of the vision board is to really focus on the feeling of what you see in your mind's eye, because sometimes we have an idea of what we want, but we can't find that picture, right? So we get kind of stuck on this concept of trying to figure out, you have a picture of a car that you really, really want. Well, I know I wanted something different, and I did. We ended up getting a new car. It wasn't new, but it's new to us. And so that's a whole funny story about that. But with this, the frame, my vision is going beyond what I can see. It's what's already out in the universe that's out there for me. So I have all my main things that I think about. And for me, when I'm seeing the words, they evoke a feeling in me and they evoke that emotion. And that's the connection that I'm working towards. So I don't have like specific pictures. I did that last year, like I said, and it worked, but it didn't work because I think I got stuck in what I was seeing and what my mind was seeing, and not really what I wanted to evoke the feeling of moving forward and creating wealth or creating travel. I had some travel things that I really wanted to do. Well, I did end up traveling, just not the way I anticipated when I left the country. It was a different sort of travel that happened. So, you know, I had this picture on my board, and I had that feeling of wanting it, but the travel didn't end up exactly as what I would have preferred. So like the vision board works. I mean, it's like I was getting some of the things that I was moving towards, but it wasn't exactly what it was because I didn't have a picture of it exactly. So I was just connecting with certain feelings. So for this is just an expansion of what I feel and what is out there. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but so it's a different way of doing a vision board. And every little circle that you see and every big circle that you see is a thank you. As I did it, it was thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hmm.
So
Very
there.
interesting. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So it's it's so different for everybody else, for each of us. And whatever it is, it is. And it's what motivates us.
Mhm.
We are given so many different gifts, and we have
Like
to
I
know
said, I
what moves
did
us.
it one
Yep.
way. I
Yep.
did it one way last year. So this year I'm going to try it a little different and see
Yeah.
what happens.
So then the goals or the vision of, like, this, take one, persistence, for example, or courage. How does that fit in? So you feel that?
You feel it. You connect your emotion to it. So some of my setbacks are action. Like I can plan a whole thing out, but sometimes it's picking up that phone and calling that person. It's that action.
Yep.
Right. So seeing those words is just like that reminder, connect to, I'm more than just, you know, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I am, you know, taking the action to pick up the phone and answer a text or make that phone call or send that link out for a meeting, you know, and calling the person. So it's just all those different things that are happening that I need more of and I need to connect to. I've started doing like positive affirmations too, because some of those really connect with me. So yeah, we're just going to try this one and see how this goes. And, you know, when I feel like when I'm reading it every day, I'm seeing the words in there. I know it's really hard to see on the screen. So in person, it's different. But just being able to look, I mean, you're really looking at it and I'm really reading the words and my ideas and what I want to connect with and what I want to happen. I do a lot of personal growth reading and listening to stuff. And one of the things I heard is sometimes we're so connected or getting hung up maybe on those I am with certain things. And so one concept was not saying the I am, but just saying wealth, success. And how does that make you feel? Because there's sometimes if you're not wealthy, but you want to be, that connection with that I am wealthy, there might be that other part of you going, well, you're not there yet, you know? And so it's like eliminating that doubt just by saying success, wealth,
Got
and
it.
how that makes you feel.
Cool. Thank you. That was awesome.
So this is my vision board. Let me see. I need to expand this. Okay. Mine's kind of very simple. Mine starts off up here, and I'm going to print this out for myself. Separately, I have my SMART goals. So there's two goals that I decided on for this year to focus on. Um, and all of it for me actually starts with spending more time with God because I know He'll guide me. And He has been, I've been diligent to do that. So that's kind of my reminder to make that a priority for me. And then it branches out into two different goals. One is health and one is financial freedom. Um, and as I was putting this board together, I kind of realized that these two things, well, all three of these, kind of branch out into several different things. All of them do. Um, my health, if I don't have my health, I can't take care of my family as well. My grandchildren, my kids need help. Um, and just getting motivated to exercise and do the things that I need to do along with patching, because the patch is going to help, but I need to help myself too. And so as I thought about that and financial freedom, I found this here and it kind of summed it up. Like, what is health? And it's really, for me, all of these things, right? It's exercise, it's relationships, it's spiritual. And so um, so from here, these two things, I went in this direction, and how I picture both serving Him, serving God, and doing this business, investing in this business more. I kind of got this, to me, was kind of the picture of the binary chart. Like we're kind of all, going through this journey together, and hopefully resulting in this picture where many people are celebrating together, like doing everything together. And this to me is kind of a picture of what I would like the end of my life to look at, like, with just
No.
people of all ages, people of every culture, being a part of my family because we have a connection through one of these things. Either it's, the LifeWave business or through, um, serving Him through church or whatever. So, um, I kind of needed something simple that I could just glance at, and it would be a reminder of the main things that I need to do. And as I was coming up with this vision board and the goals, this is something that came to mind because this is something that's kind of true for me. Living in a constant state of dreaming leads to the death of those dreams because all I'm doing is constantly dreaming. And so that just came to me as I was putting these together. So I decided to put that on here because I don't want to go, I'm already in the later stages, but I don't want to continue to live that way where I'm only dreaming about things. And so I want to help my kids do this as well, this Lifeway business. And so I can't give away what I don't have. So I'm trying to learn more. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm just now getting on board with all of this because I had a extremely busy 2024 ending of the year. And while it's kind of continuing on into 25, I just want to make time for this too. So that's my vision board.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to be journeying with you. I look forward to working with your kids and you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So for everybody, I really want to, like, how do we attain these goals? A bunch of you have mentioned this, like our ready, aim, 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 we have to take action, meaning pick up the phone, that hard thing, that when the terrain gets a little harder, it's hard to pick up that phone. So on on our vision board, we just have to figure out how to do that. Stay connected, as Renita will be talking about tonight. I did find Jackie's. So all right, then we have Jackie's.
Hello.
Hello.
Mine is very simple, and the foundation of what we're doing is setting goals. So I had to really contemplate about prioritizing my goals. Before anything, I need to get back into the Word, get closer in my relationship with God and Jesus. So in the upper right-hand corner, I put to seek first the kingdom of God, which is Matthew 6:33. And when you do that, he will supply all your needs. That was the context of that scripture. And so for me, I feel like I don't want to go deeper in my relationship with him to manipulate it so my business will be successful. I'm at a point where I think if I sincerely seek him and know that he wants to bless me, then he'll strengthen me and doors will be opened and I will be shown favor and blessings, in that whole process when my heart is pure. So over on the left-hand side, I put the money tree and I shot high. I shot high my first million by the end of the year.
Thinking
But
big.
what's that?
Thinking big. That's good.
Well, I mean, I thought, okay, I've been limiting myself, but I'm also trying to work on understanding positive thinking and frequencies and all of that, and how our self-talk affects our lives. So it's like I'm trying to work on a bunch of things all at once, and for various reasons that I'm really private about, I struggle with multitasking. So I have to prioritize. So I just think on that path of becoming the best version of me in Christ, he's going to enable me to grow my business. He's going to enable me to get debt free. In the last 6 months, instead of being debt free, but for my house, and monthly bills, I now carry a debt that is just suffocating me. And it's probably not big to a lot of people, but that is a focus for me. And so I completely understand the opportunity of the business and how that can help, but I'm trying to seek God first and then know that all of that will fall together. Yeah. And
Good
so
plan.
then some of the things that I would like in the next year is I really need a new vehicle that's appropriate for where I live. And I've been sharing the well below 0 temps with you and the snow. So I need a new vehicle, and so over on the right I put the big red truck. So we'll see how that comes along. I have a nice little house that doesn't not need a lot of updating right now, but I do need some landscape, and so that would be a nice blessing. And then, when I wish that I could get to a point where I could actually be more generous in charity and helping like local people that need help. And then I put down in the bottom on the right, All Things Possible is a ministry that I learned of last year. And it's actually high risk rescues of women and children who are being sex trafficked around the world. And so that just becoming more aware of how very real that is in our world. It's a high priority for me in terms of supporting those endeavors. And so I'd like to get to that point, and on the bottom I put the scripture, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. So as far as affirmations go, I'm really trying to marinate in God's truths and his promises and help that get me to a place where my momentum and my motivation is going forward with everything on my list. So
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for all these different ideas, and I hope whoever didn't make a board, if you could make a board now, whatever's in your heart, put that on there. Just keep sharing, keep doing what we want to do. I'm going to whip through a few slides here at the end from last time. So make this names list, keep it going, do the pro system, patch, revisit, and then constantly go to these opportunities, because we have so many calls. What I really got out of going to, many things, going to Las Vegas was just to follow the system, follow Steve and Gina. They have a great system, and we want to get more to that. The patching thing, do as many as you can per day. Might be a different per day, but at least call somebody, at least text somebody each day. And then this was if you want this vision, this is how much you need to make per day. You can watch the replay and take a shot of this if that would help you. And then if you call one person a day, follow up on one person a day, and invite one to a Zoom, that's 261 per year. And then again, you can watch this as a replay and then take a shot of that and see how many people we want to call. And then last time I hadn't talked about this, but I stuck this in. If you are not on GoPro Insider, I just strongly suggest it. It's just great little tidbits. It's like having dad talk to you every day. It's just sometimes it's under 10 minutes, and it's pretty cheap, but really great motivation. So Eric Worre's GoPro, and then he has these daily GoPro Insider. And then, like I told you, last week I had fallen 2 weeks ago. I really got to know Steve and Gina through Eric Worre's interview of them over here. We do have this on boards, and it's really want to watch that because they are our leaders, but got to get to know them on a personal level. Here's our schedule for next time. So today, Scott and Renita will talk about showing up, which is going to, like this weekend, what we have for the corporate event. And then next week, I would like you guys to talk about showing up. What were your experiences? Those of us who went to the Rise Up have a lot to say, and those of us who went to corporate have a lot to say. But we would like all of you to say something about some Zoom you went to, some local meetings, anything. What inspired you? Why do we want to show up at these events? And two things that were new last week. If you're not connected to the emails, it's thisisitteam.com/connect. That's going to give you Steve's emails daily. And for your new people, you want to get them on that. And they can also scan this code here. And then these are the next books we're going to be reading. Power of the Subconscious Mind. If you haven't started that, please order that and please keep reading that. The more you read that, the more you'll understand when Renita talks about it. And then in February, we'll be doing the 4 color personalities. I'll be leading that in one way or the other. So keep listening and watching those. So the goals for the 28th, I'm going to encourage you to sign up for Vision 2025, which is this weekend. See your email that came this morning. And then write down some events that you have attended. Write down nuggets that you got from these events. We really need to be working together, because this is those, people pulling us up the hill. They're helping us with their nuggets that they're getting. Goals for today also is to purchase those books and then continue reading those. And then the last thing is thisisitteam.com/links. This is absolutely new that we learned about in Vegas. So this is it links. This is it team.com/links. So you want to go here, and the new thing here is this school, and up here is calendar, and here are all the weekly meetings that we can go to. So you might want to click a link and keep this link on here, but these are live links to help you get on the calls. Renita and Scott's are not on here, but here are the other calls. So this was a real helpful tool. Classroom, these are a lot of videos. This is how you're going to get going. These are a lot of the trainings, onboarding, the 10-step method. So this is their new way. So you want to spend some time on that. Here, podcasts. Okay. So now instead of watching videos, you can just listen to these little podcasts on the go. So these are good too. So,
And they're short.
Yep, they're very short. So thank you everybody for coming. I hope this was helpful. Continue to grow yourself. It is the thing I love about network marketing is we really encourage everybody to grow. You're not going to really get this at other jobs. Sometimes we have that, but we're working on your own fortune, meaning financial or, bettering yourself, whatever your fortune is. Doesn't have to be money. So we just want to continue to grow. And when I was helping some new people this week, because I'm going for the hard workers, I talked a lot about the beauty of owning your own business, which we do, and why we're always encouraging people to grow. And I remember Jim Rohn said that a long time ago. He works for his job in the daytime, and then he works on his fortune at night, his own business. So